Hey, in today's video, we're going over the first 5 years of retirement and why they are the most critical in retirement. There are some things that you need to be aware of and do during these first 5 years. Coming up next. Hey, this is Mel Stubbs. I'm a financial planner at Christy Capital Management, where we're helping federal employees plan for a better retirement. If you need help, go to christycapital.com and click Talk to an Advisor. The first 5 years of retirement are the most critical for several reasons. Today we're going to go over 3 of them. Number 1, in the first 5 years of retirement is where you need to be spending your money. If you have planned well, and the plan is prepared well, you can have the confidence to spend money early in retirement. Here's a chart from Michael Kitces that shows how over time, as we get older, we spend less. The early years of retirement, they're the go-go years. And then you move into the slow-go years where you spend less. And then you kind of move to the no-go years where you spend even less than that. So as far as for enjoyment reasons, usually the younger you are, the more active you are, the more you will enjoy spending your money. Now where this goes wrong is when you don't have a plan. People get overly worried and overly frugal, and they end up never taking advantage of this time. So if you have a plan that is thought out well, you can have the confidence to know that at certain amounts, I can go ahead and spend a little bit more these first few years because I know I won't spend at this level forever and I will really enjoy my retirement. This is one of the main benefits of working with somebody that understands your federal benefits, understands financial planning, because we can give you this confidence to know that you have enough. Indeed, you have more than enough. We love to remove that fear and that anxiousness from people to let them know that within limits, we'll help you determine those limits, you can spend money without jeopardizing your financial plan. This can be very beneficial, so if you need somebody to work with, we'd love to help you. Reach out to us. Sorry to interrupt, but if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about your federal retirement, and there are some important decisions that have to be made at retirement, and messing those up can be catastrophic to a successful retirement. And that's why we wrote the book, Your First Federal Retirement, the 10 decisions that could make or break your retirement. All of these decisions have a lasting impact. Make sure you're thinking through each of these and you're picking the right strategy for you. Get your copy today. Now, the second reason that the first 5 years of retirement is critical is because that's when you can do some tax planning. Later in retirement, when your RMDs, your required minimum distributions, kick in at either 73 or 75, you're going to be forced to have income. And once that happens, if you didn't plan well, you can lose control of your income and thereby lose control of your taxation. When you were working, you had a paycheck, and that might have kept you in a higher tax bracket than you wanted. The first 5 years of retirement, your income, at least your taxable income, is usually a little bit less than it was while working, which gives you room to do some tax planning. And if you do it well enough, then you don't have to be forced into that income in your 70s from required minimum distributions. The first few years of retirement gives you the opportunity to Roth convert. Take a look at this graph right here. You can see from 2027 up until 2044, the income is on the lower end of things. But then once the required minimum distributions start in 2045, you can see the larger green bar chart, and that income gets much higher. This person lost control of their income, and you can see that they've gone up several tax brackets, even showing in a few years they'll be in the tippy top tax bracket. They've lost control of their income, and if they'd have used some of the room that they'd had in the 12%, even the 22%, sometimes of the 24% bracket earlier in retirement, getting that tax planning done early, smoothing out the income so that you're not taxed penalizingly high later in retirement. This can make a huge difference. Look at it here. The yellow bar chart are showing you Roth conversions up into the 24% tax bracket. It's leveled off the income and will cause them not to be any higher than the 24% bracket. And in most years, they're going to be in the 22% bracket. Getting it done early really makes a big difference in the long run. And then the last thing that's so important about the first 5 years of retirement is your portfolio performance. In our industry, we call it the sequence of return risk, meaning if you're going to have several negative years in a row, it hurts your portfolio much worse to have the negative years early in retirement as opposed to later. So retiring in 2007 turned out to be a really bad move because it had several negative years in the stock market right at the beginning of retirement. A lot of major decisions usually happen in those first few years as well. Are you going to downsize your house? Are you going to move somewhere else? We need to figure out Social Security timing. Maybe we need to figure out Medicare. Are you going to turn it on or not? There's some reasons why you might want to. There's some reasons why you might not. Usually these are happening in the first 5 years of retirement, and so we need to get these worked out. So you may want to get help from a financial advisor that understands your federal benefits, understands the intricacies of the decisions and how they play off of each other, and how there are unintended consequences. If you make one wrong decision, it negatively affects other decisions. This is too important not to get right. We have a new book going over your first federal retirement and the 10 decisions that could make or break your retirement. And these are decisions that you got to get right at retirement to make sure that you have a good first 5 years. So reach out to us at christycapital.com/decisions to get a copy of the book. If you want our help to show you, are you going to be having these issues? Reach out to us. If you're open to receiving help, definitely reach out to us. Go to christycapital.com, click Talk to an Advisor. If you're worried about some other mistakes, here's a video on the biggest mistakes retirees make, so definitely check that out. My name is Mel Stubbs. I'd love to talk with you. Reach out to us if you need help. I'll see you on the next video.